Good afternoon. Make sure my volume's up. That should be good. Good afternoon. Welcome. Welcome to Barbara's Stamp Pad. It is Sunday, December the 11th, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I want to welcome you to some Sunday afternoon crafting. When you come on, say hello. Let me get back to my comments. Hello, Stella. Let me clean my glasses real quick. I seem to have smudged the inside of them. Hi, Bino. Bino is lurking. He's lurking at my legs, and hopefully he won't jump up on me. I don't have my heater on, so that shouldn't be a problem, but he's still lurking. Hello, Marcia. Hello, Joy. Stella says, you are so clear and I hear you fine. It's amazing what a new computer will do. And a few tweaks to some Wi-Fi. You guys, y'all have no idea how glad I am that this is like clear and y'all can hear me okay and that we don't have any hiccups. It definitely makes for a better stream. So thank you all for hanging in there with me again. Hello, Pat. So Joy is from Wisconsin. Bino has decided to come the other way. So he's probably going to make an appearance very shortly. See, there he is. Okay, you can stay there if you want to stay there, Bean. Why don't you stay there? Maybe he'll stay there. Hello, Pat. Well, welcome, ladies. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. If you are watching for the first time, my name is, Barbara Ragsdale, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that lives in the San Antonio, Texas area, and I am live on Sunday afternoons in order to show you how to hand make cards, home decor projects, anything like that, anything Stampin' Up! And this is Bino, my son's cat, who regularly hangs out down here with me. Normally he's this clingy when it's cold because I have my heater on underneath my desk, but I don't have it on right now because it's actually kind of comfortable in the house. So, hi. And anyway, on Wednesdays, I pre-record videos and post them at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for things all about scrapbooking. So if you're a scrapbooker and you want to learn how to use your Stampin' Up! Products for page layouts, you can join me on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Jackie. All right, so what are we doing today? Well, we have a lot of stuff happening beginning in January with Sale-a-Bration. There's a lot happening right now. So let's get to, you do both? Awesome. Awesome. My back itches. Oh, my back itches. Let me scratch it. Oh, it's hitting the edge of my seat and that feels really good. I wasn't expecting that, but that feels good. Let me make sure I keep up with my comments here. Hello, Mary Ellen from Montana. And Shannon's here. Hi, Shannon. Did y'all hear that? Bino was like, yeah, you like Shannon's name? You do? Oh, my goodness. Did you hear that, Shannon? Bino likes your name. All right. So, yes, we have a lot happening with Stampin' Up! So let's go through some announcements as usual. So I just put a banner going across the screen. If you see any products that you want to order during today's demonstration, there is a link and then also a host code that you can use. There it is right there, that RGQ blah, 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 blah. For the month of December, when you place an online order of at least $35 on my website, you can choose one of the non-stamping kits for free. And let me show you what you can choose from. One of them is the Petal Notes card kit. These are non-stamping kits. So basically all of the pre-printing of the sentiments has already been done for you. They're on die cuts. This is a perfect gift for those that haven't yet quite started stamping, or if you just need some super simple, easy cards to put together, excuse me, with coordinating envelopes, this is your kit. You also have a choice between the Notes of Cheer card kit as well. Look at that. That's pretty. One of my customers even mentioned, and I want to say it was Nadine, I might be wrong, about using this for a scrapbooking page. And I can totally see that. And then your other choice is the Kerchief card kit. This one's really pretty too. I actually have all three kits and I want to put them together, but I just haven't had time yet to put them together because I'm trying to get Christmas cards out in the mail. I'm finishing up about 66 of them right now. So that's what you can get free with at least a $35 online order using that host code that is scrolling across your screen. So also, while you're shopping our fabulous website, you can take advantage of the last chance products that goes all the way through January 4th. There is already a lot of things that are discontinued and already gone. And if you're wondering what catalog that's from, that is from the current mini catalog, the one that looks like this. Okay. There's a link in the event description that will give you all of the pages of everything that is going to be retired. And if you notice, there's a lot of green on there. On my particular sheets, I pointed out and I highlighted the things that are discounted. There's some really good discounts on there. A few weeks ago, I did a last chance walkthrough, and the video quality was okay. It could have been a lot better, but if you're interested in looking to see like visually what is carrying over, what's retiring, what's discounted, the discount percentage, you can go back and watch that video, or you can just download your own copy and, take out the French if you need to take the French out, sort it by page number, alphabetic, however you want to sort it. But that's the last chance products that's going on right now. And then also, I have product shares, and I want to thank everybody that has already registered, pre-registered for the product share. I sent communication out last week at some point, and I had to send a corrected communication because of a ribbon shares. So if you're interested in participating in a product share, which basically is a sampling of all of the new designer series papers and ribbons from the new upcoming mini catalog, you can let me know that you're interested. There's a survey link, and in the description, you'll find the information that has the link to go and do that. So, and like I said, thank you to those that have already registered. If you need catalogs while you're pre-registering, you just have to let me know on that survey. There's no money that's due now because we can't invoice, but invoices will go out later this month. And then beginning of the year on the 5th is when I will be ordering all the products. And within a week, I will have them ready for porch pickup or to be able to be shipped. And while I'm talking about this, because someone was questioning me on YouTube about my paper share amounts. I don't know who she is, But on the paper shares, just so you know, because y'all know what's the word? I can't think of the word, but anyway, with the paper shares, the correct way to cost a paper share is you take the retail of the product, you add the tax, and you add the shipping when you have to order it. And then you also have to add in your credit card costs, so what that particular amount would be, any shipping to the customer, and then you divide it equally by the number of people participating in your share. In my case, there's 4 people per share, and so that's how you get to it. There's very little, $1, maybe $2, that's built in for incidentals to cover envelopes, baggies, whatever it takes to prepare those. There's nothing built in for time. It's literally all product and the costs that are associated with that. So if our paper shares are usually around the same, but if something is significantly different and lower, that just means that that demonstrator or whoever's organizing the share isn't taking all of those costs in consideration, and they're actually losing money when they do their shares. They're actually paying people to participate in their shares. So I just want to point that out, because there's no markup for the labor, none whatsoever. It's my time that it takes in order to prepare the shares to send them out. It's all product related. So there's no funny stuff going on with, the dollar amounts. And both of my shares, whether it's the paper or the ribbon share, because you can participate in one or both, they're comparable to other demonstrators that are higher up in the company as well. So I just want to point that out. That way, that kind of squashes that line of questioning that I had. So anyway, also, what's next? I am going to show this, but I want to say there is only like 2, maybe 3 spaces left for my spring retreat. And Bino is about to walk across the screen here. But if you are not able to go to this particular retreat, this one is April 6th through the 9th in Waxahachie, Texas. And it's at the Crafty Chicks Cottage. So if you're not able to go, there is a to-go option available where you can still get your make and take, your pillow gifts, your $50 Stampin' Up! Goodie bag for $116, all shipped directly to your door. And you have the option to add on the 2 optional classes. And all of the items that are going to be at the retreat are going to be based on the new mini catalog. Okay, just so you know that. Bean, Bean, you're gonna have to move, Bubba. All right, he has already made himself comfortable right here. Bean. All right, let me get to some comments. Bean. He's like smelling my fingers. All I feel is this little cold nose on my pinky finger. Thank you for sharing, Pat. Shannon says hi. All right, you guys. I think that was all. Let me make sure. Oh, you know what? Today I didn't even look. And I can't add it I can't add it to the live stream right now. I forgot to go grab the new paper pumpkin kit. There's a new paper pumpkin kit that came out today. Yikes, I forgot to put that on there. So whatever it is, I don't even know what it is, literally, because I haven't looked at the Stampin' Up! Website. So I'll have to just show that on the next one. So, but in the meantime, Bean, You're not going to be able to stay there very long, Bubba. Okay. No. We have to do some giveaways. We have prizes. We have from the scrapbook. And Bubba, you're going to have to move this way at least for now. Okay, thank you. You just kind of scooted over. We need to do some drawing. So I have the first drawing. Let me share my screen. This one is for this past Wednesday when I did my scrapbook layout video. I could not, I forgot after I went and started recording, I forgot to pull the names for the, there we go. I think y'all can see that screen for the layout drawing. And let me grab a prize. I forgot to grab a prize too. Let's see. All right. I don't know that y'all can see this, but if for some reason you can, I have a package of the iridescent pearl basic jewels that we're going to give away for the scrapbook page layout for 11:30. And let me do a little bit of shuffling. Hopefully you guys can see all this really well. And I also tried to open up a second window for another wheel to have it ready. And for some reason, it would not let me post another wheel. So I think that's enough shuffling. So let's spin for this package of iridescent basic pearl jewels. Well, looky there. Let me write this down. Heike Kelly, congratulations. Yeah, even Bino was like, meow. Scrapbook winner. Awesome. And I believe, Heike, you have won before, so I do have your mailing address information. So let me delete those slices. Y'all are going to see how I do this here. And then let me import the ones from is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Oops, wrong one. Let me import the ones from last Sunday. And then let's do some shuffling. Bino, dude, come on. Let me shuffle those a few times. This actually is for last Sunday. So last Sunday's drawing. And I don't know if y'all can hear those babies upstairs, but and shuffle those real good while I'm chatting here. It sounds like little elephants upstairs. And I put a little guard at the bottom of the stairs, so we should not have any issues with any interruptions by pepper or powder. I think that's enough shuffling. Let me get to the bottom and spin. And this one is going to be for 2 of the cards that we made last week. And I'm pretty sure y'all can see me and my screen, but one of each of the cards from the Timeless Greetings stamp set. And we're going to spin for that. Spin for that. There we go. Bean. Bean. You can't have the... Who is that? Mary Ellen Ryan. Congratulations, ladies, for both of you. Okay, let me stop sharing. And then let me get back into StreamYard. There we go. Bean, you're going to have to move, Bubba. Okay, so what are we doing today? We are going to play with some Sale-a-Bration stuff. So I have a couple of cards that I want to demonstrate for you. One of them is called the Thanks a Bunch. So if you have if you have your bean, okay, this is not happening. Come on, you're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to get comfortable, like right there, please. Now I probably have black little hairs all over right here, so I can get those off. You're gonna have to do something, but you can't stay there. Come on, you can't sit here. You can't sit here, Bean. Okay. So if you have your Sale-a-Bration brochure, we're going to be playing with, the first one is on page, actually both of them are on page 4 and 5. We're going to be playing with the Adorable Owl stamp set and then also the Thanks a Bunch stamp set. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me get this camera pointed down. Hopefully Bino will mind his P's and Q's over here. And well, hello, Marianne Sanders. She made a live. Yay. Thank you for sharing, Marianne. Everybody, congrats. Okay, let's get this camera pointed down and let's get started. See if I can push that out of the way a little bit so I don't see my keyboard. I had issues with my new wireless keyboard when I right before I went live. Like the batteries just weren't holding. I was like, oh my God, not right now, please. All right, let's bring this down a little bit so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. This is a wide lens here, so it's kind of catching everything. All right, so the first one that we are going to do is Thanks a Bunch. Now, if you're not familiar with Sale-a-Bration, we're having, it's a promotion that happens next year. It's only going to happen once a year. That seems to be a little bright. Let's see if I can. There we go. I'll just turn that light off. Sale-a-Bration is a period of time. Next year, it'll be January 5th through February 28th. But during that time frame, for every $50 that you spend, you get to choose an item from this catalog, this little bitty mini catalog, for free. And there's a lot to choose from. There's 2 stamp sets that I'm showing you today. There's also designer series paper. I'm not going to go pull everything out, but there's designer series paper, and then there's 2 levels as well. So there's $50 levels and there's $100 levels. So there's a lot in here to choose from. And so, but this starts January 5th. And then also during that same time frame, on my monthly online ordering special, if your order is at least $50, you're going to get the free kit in the mail for that part of the month, whatever part of the month you order, and a coordinating accessory. Plus, you can choose a Sale-a-Bration item. So there's a lot to gain during this time with some freebies. Okay. Now, to get my free kit in the mail, it's only a $35 order. And that's what you get for the free kit. But if it's $50 or more, then you get the free kit, the coordinating accessory, and then you also get to choose a Sale-a-Bration item for free. And Thanks a Bunch, this stamp set, is one of them. Look at all those little greetings. This is a photopolymer stamp set, so I'm going to be using my little foam mat today. And what am I doing? I can't show you the inside of the little catalog, but I'm going to be casing the card that you see on page 5. This is my best imitation of that particular card. And as demonstrators, we get the resources to show at least what the products that were used when they make things in the catalog. And then, but typically there's no dimensions or anything like that. So I did my best to recreate it. The picture was kind of hard to tell online. So I did a couple of things, and I'll show you when I get there. So we're going to be using that stamp set, and let's get started. Have all my pieces right here. All right, so we've got our regular card base. Let me bring this down a little bit more if I can. Got our regular card base. Just going to use our bone folder to burnish that edge. Now I did, in the event description, in the supply list, you will find all of the products that I used. You're not going to see the Sale-a-Bration products on there because they're not yet available. But everything else, the cardstock, the inks, dyes, anything like that, accessories, you will find those on there. So just keep a lookout on that. I'm not going to sign the back of it, but I will sign the back of it when it's time to send it out. Now, this particular piece of paper that was used is, let me make sure that I say this right. This one is from Country Floral Lane. And if you want to see all of the papers, look at the side, look at that side. I hate covering up the pretty sides. But if you want to see all of the papers, you definitely want to go back and check out the video that I did last week about the paper shares and the ribbon shares. So I showed all of the papers on that particular video, but we are using this side, and the measurements are going to cover the entire front. Okay, so this covers the entire front. Get that on there. I think I got that on there right. There we go. And then I also have a piece of basic white. And what I did is it uses the scalloped contour dies. And this is the part that I couldn't figure out what in the world did they do. On that picture, it is really hard to tell. So I just made it my own. There's a piece of basic white, and I used the scallop border die to just die cut the edge and just leave it at that because my eyes were deceiving me and I couldn't tell what I was doing. So, so I have this piece, and this is what we're going to be stamping on. And we're going to do that right now. But because it's a photopolymer stamp set, I am going to be using my foam mat. And I'm going to show you how they did all of that. We've got some different colors here that we're going to be working with. Now, to stamp the carrots, we're going to be stamping them in Mango Melody. Okay, that's kind of odd. You want to stamp them in pumpkin pie, but we're going to be stamping our carrots in Mango Melody. And the one that we're going to be stamping is the one that's like the solid piece. Okay, now I will tell you when you're inking this up, and let me get a scratch piece of paper so I can show you guys. When you're inking it up, make sure on this stamp, like you can even see it right now. And I don't know if it's because I put it on there and it's not flat, or just didn't ink it right. Make sure that you get good ink coverage all around the carrot. If you don't, this is what's going to happen. See that? Okay, so you want to make sure that you ink it up really well and that you see good ink coverage, just like that. Make sure you get the tip of that too, because I actually, on one of mine, it was perfect at the top and I didn't go down far enough. And I was like, oh my gosh. Now we're going to be doing this 4 times. Okay, so this first one, we're going to kind of put down this way. Give it some good pressure to make sure you get that color. Okay, now even that, you can kind of see a little bit of that ombre happening there in the middle. And then we're going to do it again. Oops, I just stuck my finger in that. On this one, we're going to put it up a little bit higher and overlap it just a little bit. Uh-oh, I messed up there, but that hopefully will cover up. This next one, we're going to put down a little bit and go this way. See? I knew that was going to happen. That's okay. If I need to, I will give away my I'll give away my sample that I already did. And this one is going to be up a little bit and like that. Make sure you definitely want to have photopolymer when you're doing this, okay? And I don't know if I can really kind of fix that. Let me see if I can. I'm going to try. Oh, I hate doing this. All right, I'm going to leave it alone. I don't know if that helped or not. But anyway, you want to make sure you have good coverage when you're stamping that part of your carrot. Now, we're going to go over that in pumpkin pie. There's a second part to the carrot that kind of gives the shadow that you see. I never got off here. Let me get off of here. I'm looking at the wrong screen. There we go. I was looking at the wrong screen. Hopefully y'all were seeing all that. But there's a shadow stamp, and you want to stamp that in pumpkin pie. Make sure you got good coverage. And then because it's photopolymer, you can kind of see, or you can see the edge where you need to be stamping. It kind of gives it a little shadow. Go over each one of them. Make sure you line it up best as you can. Do each one. And then one more. This last one. There we go. Now we have our carrots. All right, so let me put that aside. And now we're going to do the little leafy parts of our carrots. And we're going to be working with Granny Apple Green and Garden Green. Now with the Granny Apple Green, using this stamp set, we're going to put on the top. And you will need to stamp off. So you do need to stamp. Bean, Bean. No, get back. Oh my gosh. We're going to be stamping. We're going to be stamping in Granny Apple Green. Now, if you do it full strength, it's going to be dark. Okay. But what they did is they actually did the stamped off version, which made it lighter. Okay. So we're going to do that. Stamp off. Do that kind of that way. Going to do it for each one. We'll do that one straight up. Do that one sideways. And then do that. And then we'll do another one. Well, that's probably too much, but we'll do them that way. There we go. I guess if you wanted to, you could do one right there. Okay, I want to make sure that wasn't a kitten that came through there. So we have that piece, Granny Apple Green, stamped off. And then Garden Green, we are going to be using this stamp. I do hear something over there. Full strength. Okay, so let's ink that up. And go in the middle there. We'll go right there. And then we'll do this one kind of going that way. That probably could have gone over a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, and that's all that we are doing with that piece. That aside, bring this back. Get some adhesive on the bottom of this. It's going to go down directly on our front of our card, and we're going to line it up at the top, leave a little bit of showing to the right. There we go. There we go. Now we're also going to be stamping on this piece of soft sea foam. And we're going to be stamping in, I should have left this open, Garden Green. And we're going to be stamping Thanks a Bunch. Now, these are two separate stamps. So when you go to put them on your acrylic block, you can line them up. I usually line mine up from the back so I can kind of see. And then if you need to, do a little test run by stamping it and stamping it off some paper to make sure that it's straight and where it needs to be. Okay, so we're going to ink that up in garden green. Ink that up real good. Oh my goodness. Don't ask me what just happened. And then we're going to stamp that in the middle. And you want to stamp it in the middle. I did put measurements for these little pieces, so don't worry about that. And then we also have this small strip of designer series paper that comes from the Rain or Shine specialty designer series paper. No, wait, hold on. That's not the right one. Sorry, hold on. The first one that I used was from Rain or Shine Specialty. This little piece comes from the Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper. I might have said that wrong in the beginning. Okay, but that's the only piece out of that Designer Series paper that they're using. Now what they're doing is we're going to put, let me go ahead and cut this. Because what they did is they cut the ends just like that. And then we're going to put a little bit of glue. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom so that I can put this like that. Oh, I hear babies. There we go. And then we are going to put some dimensionals, so I can get those off there on the back. I'm going to put 3. Y'all, I'm going to scream if a kitten jumps on my leg. But before we do that, we are going to use, I thought I had it already out. I'll have to cut it. We're going to be using some linen thread to make a bow. And I want to use, I'm going to use this to measure like 12 inches. I think I put on the instructions, it was like a 12-inch strip of some linen thread. And we are going to make, we're going to make a bow, a big bow, something crazy like that. I know that doesn't look good, but that's okay because you're not going to see some of that. And then we're going to put, I'm going to use a glue dot on there. And then let me make sure I'm putting this in the right direction. Is that the right direction? Oops. I just pulled that off. Hold on. That looks horrible, but that's right. All right. So I got the sticky parts off. What is wrong with that? Something's wrong with this. Oh, it's this piece. Let me redo that. Oh my gosh. Totally just messed that up. And I just made a knot in it. I'm going to try this again. Okay, that's much better. Sorry about that. All right. Now that kind of looks odd. We're going to trim some of that here in a little bit. Let me see if I can make that part a little bit less crazy there. I'm going to trim some of this once I get this on. But anyway, we're going to put this kind of right there. Let me trim that. There we go. Now trim some more. Well, still wants to hang off some more there. There we go. It's basically like a big bow that's just kind of hanging out on the back. That's all that is. Now, in the instructions, what they used on the page was the pastel adhesive back sequins, but I don't have any of those just yet. But I decided to pull the Fun Flower resin shapes out of the annual catalog. And in my sample that I did, I used Granny Apple Green, But I actually wanted to see what it looks like with these. I think that's Calypso Coral. I think that color is Calypso Coral. But I wanted to see what it looked like with Calypso Coral. So on this one, I'm going to use Calypso Coral. And let's put a small one right there. And we'll put another small one up there. There you go. The left one, I used the Granny Apple Green color of the resins. And on the right, the one I just did, I used the Calypso Coral color one. So I think, I don't know. I think I kind of like the Calypso Coral ones. What do y'all think? Hello, Roberta. Hello, Raquel. Hadn't seen you in a while. Thank you for sharing, Roberta. Where's Raquel's comment? Hey, girl. Love seeing these new sets. Thank you. Marsha loves the carrots. Shannon says this would be cute for a page layout for Easter Bunny or page. Yes. And in the mini catalog, we have a new Easter stamp set. So we actually have a couple of them. There's there's just like kind of regular one with the Easter bunnies. And then there's one that's religious based. So, and this person, this Aryan from YouTube, the carrots are cute. Yeah, you just got to stamp them. You have to make sure you have good coverage on your carrots for it to work and look like they're supposed to. So thank you. By the way, if you are watching me from YouTube, thank you so much. Wondering what to use instead of thanks a bunch. The other sentiments that are on there are, look at you, there's no one quite like you, love you, thanks, hey there, it looks like spring, everything's coming up, carrots. Of course, if you have other sentiments from other stamp sets, you can definitely use a different sentiment. You can make it your own. But those are the sentiments that are available on that particular stamp set. But if you're watching me from YouTube, thank you for watching me from YouTube. If you want to get notified when I go live or I upload a video, in your bottom right-hand corner, there's a little kitten holding a subscribe sign. You can hover over that and click on that so you get notified when I go live or I upload a new video. All right, so let's... When she saying making cookies with your grandkids in Denver. Oh, love the Calypso Coral too. Yes. So basically, this stamp set right here, thanks a bunch. This is a stamp set that you can earn for free during Sale-a-Bration that starts January 5th and goes through the end of February. And you can get this free with a $50 order. That's all it takes is a $50 order. I don't know about y'all, but I can spend $50 like in a blink of an eye with Stampin' Up. It is not a problem for me. All right, so what are we doing next? This next one is going to be super cute as well. On the same page layout in your Sale-a-Bration brochure, you're going to find a stamp set called Adorable Owls. Which, by the way, if you participate in my paper share, because the value is more than $50, you're able to choose a Sale-a-Bration item as part of your paper share. So check that out. Plus, on the paper share, you get the Sale-a-Bration item. I'm hearing kittens. And then if you participate in my ribbon share, you're going to get a package of the Milky Dots assortment. I can't remember what they're called exactly, but the Milky Dots adhesive back somethings, just for participating in my ribbon share. So we're going to be doing this one, and I'm going to also be casing that picture that you see in there. This was my best rendition of that particular card that you see on page, what was it, 4? Yeah, on page 4. I'm going to show you how they made it. Okay, so let's put this aside and let me make sure. I keep feeling like I've got something running around my leg. All right, so I got all my little pieces here. Got our cardstock base. I didn't score this one. Uh-oh. It's okay. Let me just fold it in half, and I'll burnish the edge manually here with my bone folder. There we go. All right. And this one is going to be a landscape card. And what we got here is we have this piece of balmy blue. So let's get some glue. We're going to build our front here. Like I said, in my supply list, I've also listed the measurements. So you don't have to go figuring this out. I've already figured it out for you. We are going to layer this, and we're going to put this on the bottom of the front going horizontally. There's no step-by-step tutorials. It's just the dimensions. So if you want to put it together, you can just follow this part of the video. So we've got that piece. And then we also have a piece of basic white. And in the instructions, they use the Marigold Moments dies. And I don't have those. I haven't even looked to see what those look like. But I couldn't figure out from the picture, what did they use from that particular die set? I don't know. So what I did, it may be something like this. I don't know. All I did was I took another piece of basic white and used the scallop die from the scalloped contour dies. So I used the same die set and just did that. I'm like, it looks like that. And just went with it. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put this right on top. I'm going to line that up. Make sure that's straight. There we go. Push that down a little bit. And then we're also using the same Rain or Shine Specialty Designer Series paper. See, that's the back of what we used on the front card. It uses the cloudy part of the other side of the page. And we're going to put that on. And let me put that on with glue too, just so I can get it into place. Because this one's going to fit the rest of what you don't, the rest of this white card base. Okay. So let me grab that. And we're going to put this up at the top. And let me make sure I got that. See, when you use glue, you can kind of move things around for a little bit, not for too long, once that glue starts to set. And then just rub it down. Okay, so now you have all of your layers to your card. It's pretty flat still. Now, what I did to save time, these little owls, are actually, let me show you what I did to get this little owl. Let me show you. Actually, let me just show you what I did. This owl is stamped. They used StazOn to stamp the owl with instead of Memento ink. So we stamped this in black StazOn on crumb cake. Okay, we used crumb cake. Let me get my little sheet here, my little scrap piece here. Now, we're also using the watercolor pencils, and I am going to use pumpkin pie. To save time, I went ahead and manually fussy cut this out. There are no dies that are associated with this stamp set. And then we do his little nose. And we're going to see me do some coloring here. So that was with pumpkin pie. In Bermuda Bay, we are going to do the eyes. Now, if y'all have ever used our pencils, y'all know it's like a pencil, a coloring pencil. You can get those lines on there that kind of show that you use like a coloring pencil. I'm not really good. I know it's going to look like I am, but I'm not really good at like coloring, evenly, I guess you can say. So what I did, and in the last piece, while I do this, the last one is early espresso. We're going to color Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all used coloring pencils before, y'all know y'all can kind of see those lines. I probably should have sharpened this before I used it. I used it a lot last night because I did 3 of these already. I did those 2 and then I did that one. Now on the body, we're gonna do the little wings and the body up until there. I'm gonna do his other wing. I know it looks kind of sloppy, but for those of you that know exactly what I'm talking about with watercoloring pencils, we're going to fix that. Now, in the instructions, it did not say anything about what I'm about to use, but I went ahead and used it, and it worked really good. And y'all know about our blending pens. We have blending pens that you can use that will make a huge difference in your coloring pencils here. And y'all are going to see. Okay. I know that probably looks good to y'all, but I'm going to bring it up a little bit closer and you can see the lines from me using the coloring pencils. Okay. So what I'm using is we have our blender pens and they do exactly what they say. They just blend the colors and I'm going to use both ends. I'm going to do his feet first. It literally just blends in and makes, not only does it make it a little brighter because it gets a little wet, but it helps to blend all of the lines together. Okay. And then to get the color off, you just, on scratch piece of paper, you just do that number and you saw that color that came off. And I'm going to use it over for the eyes. So that'll help blend and get even. And I'm going to show y'all the difference here. There we go. Oh, that looks so much better. It'll help get into little corners because of the tips that are on there. And then let me clean that off. That's all you have to do to clean the tips. It will stain, like y'all can see the stain on the end, but it doesn't actually take the color. You just have to make sure you clean it. And then the other side, I'm going to use for the body. And I hear somebody trying to break out over there. Y'all see how that's getting darker because it's getting wet and blending all of those colors together. So this is a great alternative to, if you don't want to use our blending pens. Sometimes they're not as forgiving, especially when you're trying to get the right color. Okay, so you just kind of go over every place you used your coloring pencil, and it'll blend in. Let me get that little corner right there. Go back and do the tips of those. Let me do his belly one more time. And clean that off. Make sure there's no kittens by me. And that's it. And let me show you. Look at that. All of the colors blended, and you don't see the lines like you saw before. You might see shadows. I probably could go back in a few places with the blender pen, but for the most part, there is the 2 little owls. All right, we're getting somewhere. We're going to pop these up with dimensionals. So let's get a dimensional on the back. Now this first one is going to go kind of like that. It's going to look like he's off at an angle. And then the other one is going to slightly overlap them. Barely, like where their little wings are touching. And this one's going to kind of be like that, more straight. Okay. Now we're also going to be using the tailored tag dies. Get those out. The tailor-made tag dies, sorry. And we're using this size. And I did put the size in the supply, the description. So we're die cutting that out in Granny Apple Green. And this is the best part. We are going to be stamping in Versamark because we're going to be embossing and we're going to be stamping. Where did it go? Here it is. Oh, I don't need my pad because this is a red rubber stamp set. We're going to be stamping My Friend. Okay, so get your Versamark on there. Make sure it's nice and wet there. And then we're going to stamp more closer to the end of it. And hopefully I got that. That one's a little crooked. That'll work. It's going to have to work because I didn't make an extra one. And then we're going to be using our embossing tools kit. I already have some. Let me see if I can get some of this on there without opening it. We're going to put, get in there, our white stamping embossing powder, which you can find these in the basics. Make sure you get that over there. Now, what I didn't do is I didn't use my embossing buddy, and it's right there, and I still forgot it. I want to make sure that that embossing powder sticks to. You can tap it off as much as you can. Just make sure you don't touch it right now. Now, with our Stampin' embossing little additions kit, you have a brush, so you can actually take that off. Because there's no Versamark there, you can just take that off, okay? But before, what I should have done is I should have used the embossing buddy to go over that, and that takes the static off, and then the embossing powder won't stick to areas that it's not supposed to stick other than on the Versamark. That's the only step I just missed. And then, of course, I stamped that a little crooked, so I'm going to be giving away my original sample. And then there are little tweezers that are part of the kit. And then we have our heat tool. So I'm going to heat this up, and it's kind of grainy right now, but once this heats up the embossing powder, it will get brighter and it gets shinier. So let's do that. You don't want to put it too close, that way it doesn't burn the paper. But you'll start to see, there you go, it's starting to change there. There you go. That's it. I know it's a little crooked, but that's okay. All right, so we have that piece. And then we're also using the Old Olive and Sahara Sand ribbon pack, and we are using Sahara Sand. I want to say there's like this is like a 7-inch strip, and to get it how it showed, I don't know, it seemed a little wasteful, but I went with it. I'm folding it in half because you need to get this through that little hole right there. Okay, and to do that, see if I can get both of them through there at the same time. There we go. There we go. All right, so we have this little piece hanging out over here, and then you have these pieces back here that you need to control a little bit. So I put seal adhesive down to help hold it down, and then I also put more seal adhesive to help hold it down so it's not all loose, okay? And then we're going to put dimensionals on the back. I'm going to put one there. Grab that off there. And then one right there. Can't seem to grab those off today. There we go. Going to bring that back. And before you put this down, at this point, this is when you can clip these little edges here. Trim them down as much as you need to. And we're going to do that one that way. And I'm going to do that one that way. Let me make this one a little smaller. There we go. I wanted them to be like they're two different links at the edge, but I need them to be angled. That one seems like a crazy long angle. Let me try that. I don't know if that really worked. But anyway, then we're going to put this down. We're going to put this down right here. I know that's crooked. That's bothering me too. I may change that later. And that is it. That is it. That is, we'll do it that way. That way it looks like it's. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to go back and fix that little piece. But when I do the prizes, I'll give away my original one that I did because that one's more straight. If you want to do any decorating, if you want to put any more embellishments on it, you can definitely put some more embellishments on there. I didn't see any in the samples, so I didn't put any more. But this also is a stamp set called Adorable Owls that you can get for free during Sale-a-Bration with a $50 order. You can also choose that one for free if you want when you participate in my paper shares as well. So we're going to do this number. And let me bring back the other one. So there you have it. Pages 4 and 5 of your Sale-a-Bration brochure. I totally cased these 2 cards to show you the Adorable Owls. Let's do this number. Adorable Owls stamp set. And then also the Thanks a Bunch. Thanks a bunch. I know you just got some glares going on there, but there we go. All right, stop moving. There we go. All right, no move. Thank you so much, Marcia. Thank you, Jackie. Shannon says, thank you for the reminder to use the blending pens with the watercolor pencils. It makes a huge difference, you guys. So, and those items are listed in the supply list. So if you're interested in trying those out, you've got the item numbers there. Thank you so much. Both are super cute. Can't wait to get them. Thank you. Thank you. I think I showed all those. Good coloring. Uh-oh, just dropped a die. Thank you, Roberta. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Beverly. You made it. That's okay, Beverly. All right, we are done. I know it's a little bit over an hour. I'll try to keep mine to an hour. But thank you all for joining me today. And over the next few weeks, I am going to be focusing on showing you some more Sale-a-Bration items that you can choose from. So I'm doing a couple this time, and I have already some things lined up for next week. So I hope you can join me next week if you would like to see. I hate those glares. But anyway, y'all all have a great day wherever you are. Thank you for joining me, whether you're watching me from Facebook or YouTube. I appreciate it. And if you enjoyed today's demonstration, just give me a thumbs up, or make sure you like, comment, and share so that you can be entered into the drawing next week for a set of these cards. So you'll get one of each. Those are the prizes. So congratulations to the winners earlier today. Y'all all have a great day wherever you are. Enjoy the weather here in San Antonio. It is supposed to be getting cold soon again because, you know, our state weather is bipolar, and we're not even joking. So it's like 80 degrees lately. But by the same time next week, it's going to be like half of that. So, perfect weather to be inside stamping, definitely. But anyway, enjoy yourself wherever you are. Make sure to check on your elderly neighbors. Go have a cup of coffee with them. And most of all, make sure you stay crafty. And I will see you guys. If you want to watch the pre-recorded scrapbook layout, we're starting a new layout on Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Otherwise, I'll see y'all next Sunday. All right. Bye, y'all.